What's up, Z.E.R.T Nation? Mr. X here. Today I'm going to talk about my draw stroke, the draw stroke I use. It's a little bit different than what the NRA teaches. I kind of condense it a little bit. If you guys take a class and they teach the NRA draw stroke, pretty good chance that they're going to do it by the numbers, do what they say to do. You know, it's like listen to the instructor, listen to the guidelines. Mr. Blue teaches something completely different than me. This is just a little heads up on what I do, and it kind of makes sense to me as I actually take number 2 and number 3 and put it together, because there's no reason to be in a situation where I'm sitting here clearing the holster, pointing my firearm or my pistol down. So whenever I clear the holster, I'm actually pointing it in the direction of the target. As I do this and talk about this, this is important to realize that, hey, guys, practice your draw stroke, but you can do a lot of negative stuff, improper muscle memory. That's why it's important to take a class. Take a class or, you know, do this in front of your buddy so he can identify, or the instructor can identify things that you're doing right or wrong. A lot of things you can be doing wrong. We have terms called fishing and bowling. You don't really notice if you're doing this stuff. I don't notice if I'm doing it, and that's why it's important for, you know, we always do it. I'm training in front of Mr. Blue. I'm training in front of XB001 so they can point out flaws, so I can work, I can train, I can practice. This is what my draw stroke looks like. It's a 4-count draw stroke. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it semi-slow, and I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to break it down. All right, doesn't matter if your hands are at surrender or down, my draw stroke stays the same. Number 1 count on my draw stroke, grip. Okay, I'm going to break it down later. Number 2, I'm going to go ahead and clear and point. 3, extend. 4, pull or break the trigger. All right, go ahead and slow it down a little bit. I'm going to break down exactly what I'm doing each part of the draw stroke. Common sense, grip. As soon as I grip that firearm, where am I gripping it? As high on the beaver tail as possible. I don't want to grip it down here. I want to grip it high because that helps me manage my recoil. Number 2 and number 3, I call it number 2. All I'm going to do, it's easy on my bladetech holster. A little shout out to bladetech right there. As I clear my holster, I don't have to go as high on my holster. One of the benefits of a bladetech, and it's open on top. So as soon as, and this is a really good idea, something to get used to, as I start drawing, all I'm going to do is I draw my gun out of my holster as I'm starting to put pressure on the front of my holster. So as soon as I clear it, I'm pointing right at the target. Notice, as soon as I clear the holster, I'm pointing. As I point at the target, I should be horizontal with the ground. So if I put a round down range, doesn't matter if I'm holding it like this or holding it like this, this is a fraction of a second right here. So if I put a round down range, guess where it should be? In the vicinity of that target. All right, you guys watched the video about a month ago, the drill, the stitch drill. I'm going up the target and then I'm going back down as that target drops. Okay, I'm aiming at the target, so if I have to pull the trigger right now, where do you think that round's going to end up? On the target. Okay, at this point I extend. As I extend, I make my hands together. I make sure I got a good grip. Extend it, get a good sight picture. And step 4 is pull. Pull the trigger, should be on target. All my fundamentals has applied the whole way through my draw stroke. Now the cool thing is, one more repetition with my draw stroke, I'm going to return it to the holster the exact same way. If I'm in a classroom teaching or if I'm taking a class, this gives me one more repetition in reverse. Straight down, right back into the holster. All right, that gives me a second repetition. Breaking it down by the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Speed it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a little bit faster. I practice this as I'm dry firing at my house. I practice it all the time, whether you're saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll break it down Barty style in the class until I notice everybody's got a pretty good draw stroke. Like I said before, this is bowling. You notice the bowling ball, just like you're swinging, it's going to come down and up. If I fire rounds right now with it down here, where's that round going? Into the ground. This is fishing. Okay? You guys notice any part of my draw stroke, if I fire a round, guess where that round's going? Who knows where that round going? where it's going. I just know it's not going into the target. So as you're practicing, looking in a mirror, practicing with your buddies, make sure as you're drawing that firearm, it's level, extending the whole way out. How fast should your draws be? As fast as you can accurately engage that target. Okay? A long time ago in the military, it said your draw should be 1.5 seconds or less. And that seems to be the industry standard, but how fast is fast enough in a firefight? Well, hopefully you are fast enough. So what does that mean? Keep drawing, keep practicing, keep training. Make sure every time you draw, you're on target. The very end of your draw stroke, I should be able to pull that trigger anywhere, just like that video a couple weeks ago, where that stitch drill, I'm engaging here, I'm coming the whole way up, and then I'm taking that front sight post down as that target drops. If I have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Mr. X out.
The ZERT membership pack is your gateway to a worldwide organization dedicated to building a safe and trained community armed with the proper mindset to see you and your family through to safety. The first-year membership pack includes ZERT 702 black t-shirt, 5-inch ZERT 702 patch in PVC, your call sign and squadron assignment, ZERT membership certificate, official membership card with your call sign, 10 ZERT recruitment cards, access to discounts from ZERT-approved vendors, 15% off most ZERT merchandise year-round. In addition to the membership pack, once you join, you receive the following privileges: access to the ZERT forum and exclusive online videos, access to training events and special forces instructors, training cost is additional, members-only newsletter, admittance to over 90 private squadron and state Facebook groups, attend members-only events, participate in contests and giveaways. Join us today and get started meeting the members in your area. Privileges are just that and can be revoked at any time. Management reserves all rights. Facebook rules and regulations apply. ZERT, not just an organization, it's a lifestyle. ZERTNation.com.